If you're just joining us now, I wanted to get you out to a standoff that is ongoing in Forest Park. We are hearing reports of a heavy police presence. I want to read you all of the details that we know at this very moment. This is happening in Holland Park, along Holland Park Drive in Forest Park, I should say. I want to read you this statement here from officials that we learned just moments ago, really. This standoff happened at 1:20 a.m. Now, Clayton County Police said it began with a 911 call from a child reporting that his mother and her boyfriend were having some sort of verbal altercation. Now, the child gave his phone to the mother, which police say made the boyfriend in this situation very upset. The boyfriend then proceeded to push the child, which has been identified as a 9-year-old. That upset the mother. This is all according to what Clayton County Police have told us. I want to continue reading to you the incident report here. The boyfriend apparently then strangled and dragged the mother down the hallway and shut her in the closet. Now, she at that point claimed to police to have lost consciousness, and a call was transferred to Forest Park Police. Now, the Forest Park Police Department arrived on scene, and at that moment, the suspect in this situation opened the door and the woman ran out. Now, this turned into a standoff, really, when police say the suspect then shut the door with 4 children inside. Through negotiations, they have managed to retrieve 2 children that are safely with police at this time, but this is very much an ongoing situation. We have 2 children inside with a suspect, according to Forest Park Police Department, and that is the latest on what we know. I want to take you back out to this map so you can get a better idea of the area. I'm going to drop my graphic here so you can see. This is where it is, Holland Park Drive. You can see some of the businesses in the area, Ellen Woods, Best Storage, Hale Intermodal Trucking. This is obviously a very busy area that's heavily trafficked. Right now, it is the scene of a standoff involving a suspect and 2 children and a heavy police presence responding to the situation. If you are just joining us now, I wanted to go over everything that we know at this very moment. This is all very much developing. We actually heard from a source that police may have brought the suspect into custody, but the police have not confirmed that information at this time, and our crews are actually en route working to get that confirmed for you so that we can provide you that update. At this moment, what we're telling you is this is very much an active scene. Police are still on scene, to our knowledge, responding to this, and an investigation is underway. But let me read you the official statement that we received from Clayton County. This began at 1:20 a.m. today. Clayton County Police said they received a 911 call from a child saying that his mother and her boyfriend were having some sort of verbal altercation. Now, at that point, the child actually gave the phone to his mother, which police say upset the boyfriend in this situation. The boyfriend then proceeded to push the 9-year-old child, according to police, that upsetting his mother, of course. This all escalated from there, though. So this is the statement from police. The boyfriend apparently strangled and dragged the mother down the hallway, shutting her in the closet. She claimed to have lost consciousness. That's what she told police. And at that point, the situation was so serious, they transferred it to Forest Park Police Department, who responded to this scene. So Forest Park Police Department arrived, knocking on the door. The suspect in this situation, of course, opened the door, and the woman ran out. She is with police, to our knowledge, right now. But there were 4 children that were inside with that suspect, and that was really the starting point of this standoff. Now, at this point, what we know from police is that 2 children still remain inside. Through negotiation efforts, they did manage to get 2 children out, but 2 children are still inside with that suspect. If you are just joining us, jumping in, we did hear from a source out in the field that they possibly at this point brought the suspect into custody, but police have not confirmed that information. We are working to independently verify that to you. At this moment, what we are reporting to you is that this is a very active police scene down in Holland Park Drive. There's that map for you again. Our field crews are on the way there, we actually have our photojournalist Sante there talking with officials, getting more information for you, which really we expect here moments from now. But we also have another field crew that's on the way there to get more details about how this all started and where police are in this investigation at this point in this situation. We do want to monitor, especially when you're talking about two children being involved in a situation like this. It all happens by the minute, so we are monitoring the situation as it develops. But for now, here's that look at Holland Park Drive for you. You can see just some of the businesses in the area, which indicates this is a very busy and heavily trafficked location. So you can see Ellenwood's Best Storage, Hale Intermodal Trucking, a couple other businesses, of course, along this path. But that Holland Park Drive area right there where you see my little pinpoint marker, that is where the scene took place. That's where the standoff is ongoing. Of course, we are going to continue to monitor this situation. I'm actually going to take a moment to check through my breaking news queue here and see if we got any developments for you regarding that standoff situation that's currently ongoing in Forest Park. Hey, I just checked in with my team here. We are working on getting you some video from this scene on Holland Park Drive. Right now, what I'm showing you is a map of the general area where police responded to. I wanted to show you that just while we wait for those visuals to come in. Like I said, when we heard about this, immediately what we wanted to do was get on here to tell you everything that we know and tell you what we're currently working on and what we don't know in this situation. You're talking about a standoff. It can change by the minute. I mean, you have a suspect and you have police interacting and just trying to diffuse the situation. Of course, those are precious moments. Everything needs to be taken in a strategic way to make sure that everyone involved is safe and that this conflict or this incident can end peacefully. But what I want to do is walk you through exactly what we know, because I know some of you on this live stream might be jumping in, whether you're currently at work or just maybe tuning in, maybe you got a notification on this. We're also updating you on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. So any new updates are going to be coming out from here, from what I hear from the team, as well as on our website or through the app if you have that. But let's talk a little bit about this standoff here in Forest Park. I want to read this statement to you that we received, if I can find it. Give me just one moment, guys. I'm going to pull this back up for you. I had it here just a moment ago. There we go. So this is from Major Sandra Johnson. And she says here, at around 1:20 a.m., Clayton County actually received a 911 call from a child reporting that his mother and her boyfriend were having some sort of verbal altercation. Now, the child apparently then gave the phone to the mother, which upset the boyfriend, and that's according to police. The police actually said from there the boyfriend pushed the 9-year-old child, which upset the mother, and the conflict escalated, of course. The boyfriend then allegedly strangled and dragged the mother down the hallway, shutting her in the closet. And at that point, that is when that 911 call was transferred over to Forest Park Police Department, who were the responding agency to this. The Forest Park Police Department actually arrived at the location location here that you're looking at along Holland Park Drive, and they say that the suspect opened the door, and the woman in this situation, that mother I was just telling you about, she rushed out. She is currently with police, that's our understanding at least, and the suspect then slammed the door with the 4 children inside. One of those children, if you remember, was the one to what we're told placed the 911 call from Clayton County. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that situation and where we are now. What we learned there through negotiation efforts actually from Forest Park Police Department, they did manage to get 2 children out of that area and into the safety of officer care, of course, and 2 continue to remain inside. That's the latest on what we know. Now, we did hear from a source. I wanted to make sure I communicated that to you. We did hear from a source that the suspect might possibly be in custody, but police have not confirmed that information, and we have a crew independently verifying that, so we get you the most accurate update on the situation in this. For the time being, what we are reporting is that this is very much an active situation. Police are still on scene, and this is going to be an ongoing investigation when you talk about children involved, especially in a situation like this. 4 of them, 2 that might still be in that house. So let's get you a better picture of that location. The only thing I can really tell you right now is this is happening along Holland Park Drive. It's a pretty busy area. You can see a few other places of businesses, a busy road along that route, but Holland Park Drive, that is the scene of this standoff involving the 4 children, 2 of which might possibly still be with the suspect. We are in touch with Clayton County officials. We are in touch with Forest Park Police Department, and our teams are actually en route to that location. I believe our photojournalist is still there, currently gathering more information for us, and we are going to be checking in with him and hearing any updates that he might be providing. But let's see if we can listen in here on Major Sandra Johnson.
Call this morning about 1:20 a.m. in reference to a domestic disturbance between a male and female. The 9-year-old son of the female called, stated that his mother and his mother's boyfriend were involved in a verbal altercation. The child took the phone while the operator was on the phone, went into the bedroom, gave the phone to his mother, told the mother that the police was on the phone. Mother gets on the phone, states that she's okay, it was just a verbal altercation. At that point, the boyfriend got upset. He assaulted the child for calling the police. The mother, of course, became upset because the boyfriend assaulted her child. During that altercation, the suspect in this case allegedly strangled the girlfriend. She's reporting that she lost consciousness. She was dragged down the hallway, put into a closet. The call was transferred to Forest Park PD. Forest Park arrived on scene, knocked on the door. The suspect opened the door. The girlfriend ran out of the apartment, slammed the door, and locked the door. And we have negotiated with him since about 2 o'clock this morning. Finally, he allowed 2 of the children to come out about 10:15. I'm sorry, about 9:15. About 9:55, he allowed 2 of the children to come out of the apartment. The negotiators continued to negotiate, and about 10:15, he surrendered without incident. He is in custody, and the children are fine. No one was harmed. Now, I'm just all over the place on that, so you're going to have to put it together and get all of it.
There you go. So just to recap, that is from Major Sandra Johnson. I wanted to talk a little bit about what she said, and essentially that's what we were reporting to you. That matches the statement that we got from her. So I'm going to read that back to you if you possibly jumped in halfway through that. She said that this all happened along Holland Park Drive. Now, the 9-year-old son, one of the children in this situation, was actually the one to call police, and he called police because he said, according to Major Johnson, he said that he was worried. The mom and the boyfriend were fighting. Now, he gave the phone to his mom, telling her that 911 was on the line. The mom said everything's okay, but then the situation escalated, and that is what I'm going to read to you here. I'm going to look down at my notes here that I took while we were listening in on Major Johnson. Now, the boyfriend at that point did get upset, according to Major Johnson. Apparently, he assaulted the 9-year-old for calling police. That is the word from officials, and that is where the situation escalated. The mother got visibly upset that her child was assaulted, and then Forest Park police responded to the scene, and this all happened at 2 in the morning. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the length of time that this negotiation and this standoff was ongoing throughout today. So from 2 a.m. when Forest Park police arrived, they tried negotiating with the suspect, who had 4 children inside. The mother managed to come out as soon as police arrived, but he took those 4 children and he kept them inside. That's what Major Johnson is telling us. Then she says at 9:55, through negotiation efforts, they were able to get 2 children released from that location. And then at 10:15, according to Major Johnson, that is when that surrender happened, and he is currently, or the suspect I should say, is currently in custody. That is really the timeline that was laid out for us by officials about how this all started and where we are at this point. Now, our understanding is this investigation is ongoing, and we're going to continue to monitor that and report it to you on AtlantaNewsFirst.com and Atlanta News First app.